I would just recommend the sooner the better. Hi, Facebook. We're going to try to figure this out. But I would recommend the sooner the better you get into the real estate market. Because we don't know. It seems as though the prices are going to just continue to go up, to be honest. So, especially in our area. But next year, I have scheduled for East Orange, I'll have 2 houses built, hopefully by April of next year. And then I'll have hopefully like 3 to 4 houses built in Newark. So if you're looking for a house in the Essex County area, I'll have some for sale next year for sure. Okay, so you just had a divorce. Hey, Jess. And you and your ex don't own a 2-family. Okay. All right, great. Well, I'm sorry to hear about the divorce, but let me know if I can be any assistance on you trying to, I don't know, keep the property, get rid of the property that you have. Your husband, Jess, what's going on? So myself and Jess did some cold calling. Well, no. Yeah, it was like cold calling about an hour ago. And that was pretty interesting and funny. And I was just freestyling. Stevenson said, once you find a parcel of land to purchase, what is the first task? I mean, you need to buy it, I would say. But no, realistically, if you find land, a parcel of land, you need to see what the zoning codes are or whatever the zoning is for that area. I always recommend people find out what the city plans to do. You always need to know what's entailed for the future in that whatever city or municipality you got to buy in. You definitely want to check title, of course, before closing, but you want to know what you can build on the land. That's the first thing you want to do. Now, once you close, that's a whole nother situation. And before you close, you want to definitely get a survey. What's the minimum size parcel of land you can build on? That it varies. It's hard for me to say because every city, municipality, and state, they're different, like totally different. So in the Midwest, they want 4,000 square feet. In East Orange, they only need 2,500 square feet. You could be in a whole, like I was looking at buying 15 acres of land out in the Midwest, and literally where the zoning was for those acres, the only thing they wanted on that land was 1 house. So it really depends on where you're looking to build. Hotel. So hotel is actually a term, but I talk about wholesaling. But hotel is when is wholesaling, but you're buying the property and then you're closing. I'm sorry, you're buying on it and closing on it, and then you're selling it. I believe that's what hotel is. But wholesaling is a very similar premise. You're basically finding a motivated seller, getting it under contract, and then you're assigning the rights of the contract to another investor or buyer. All right. Hi, Facebook. If y'all have any questions, let me know. Let me see. I don't know if I can see it. Probably can't. So, okay, Facebook group doesn't show any comments, I don't think. But I'll post something. Let's see. Because I don't see any comments. Okay, no one said anything. All right, well, hi, Facebook. And hi, Instagram. Hi, Tanisha. Oh, so Tanisha, do you want to hop on this live? So I'm actually participating in a conference next week called the Rebuild Conference. And I have the curator of the event on this live right now. And I would definitely recommend everyone go sign up. It's free. So you're getting a live virtual conference for free. It's a no-brainer. You should go sign up right now. I'll post the details on my Facebook too, because I have like 2 separate communities on Instagram and Facebook. But I'm gonna add on Tanisha really quick. Tanisha, you ready? I hope so. She can tell you about the event for me or for us. Hi, Facebook. I hope everybody's well. If you have any questions, definitely ask away. So Facebook will not be able to see Tanisha when she comes on here. I should have added Tanisha on Yardstream. Tanisha, are you joining? I think she's joining. Nope. Anyway, while we're waiting on Tanisha to come on, does anybody else have any questions? Okay, Tanisha, I see you.
Just threw me on here.
I told you I was gonna. If you should come on here and talk about your event since it's next week.
Hi everybody. So I'm having this amazing event where Deontay is gonna speak about building wealth real estate. So the theme of the conference is rebuild ourselves and our nation with God. So it's a faith-based event, and we have amazing speakers from all over the globe. So not just Jamaicans, not just Americans, but also people from the UK coming to speak to us about building your business, however you want to do that, even if you want it to be a side business, if you have a 9 to 5. And so it's the first ever staging of this event. It's a virtual event, so you can do it from the safety of your home, safely online. There will be networking and exhibiting. So come and see what other people are doing. If you have cold feet, or you don't know where to start, or you just want services, you might be considering taking a coach, or a virtual assistant or something. Now you can go into an arena and speak to different people, and then get a feel as to whether or not you like this person or you want to work with somebody based on what they're telling you, based on their vibes. You might get a free consultation or stuff like that. So there are multiple reasons why you definitely want to come on. So the website is Big Virtual Business Conference and Expo, Big Virtual Business CE.
I'm about to say pin it,
drop it in the comment section so you can see it. Definitely. And it's free. I mean, there's a VIP option and there's an exhibitor option. Those are paid, but otherwise you can come free. So come on in.
And
because next year it's not going to be free.
Right. And what are some of the topics in business are your speakers going to focus on?
Okay, so I've got a speaker who will talk about teaching online. She's a teacher and she's navigated teaching online. She's also an author. We also have a speaker who's going to deal with budgeting. We have a speaker who's going to talk about leadership. We're going to talk, we have a speaker who will teach you how to turn a book into a business. So she's got the book called Mango Girl. She's out of the UK and she's turned that into like a beauty business. And she's also a speaker. And so how she's used her book to launch herself and to be a platform. So she's going to talk about that. Am I leaving anybody else? Okay, so we have Brandon Cruz as well. And me, I'm going to talk about...
Right, I'm about to say, you and I are going to be speaking.
Yeah, and then, of course, we have Deontay, who's going to teach you how to use real estate as a vehicle to gain wealth, to build up wealth. And just how to navigate, because you don't have to come in at different spaces in real estate. You can start wherever you want to start. You don't have to be a realtor, or you can go that route.
Right.
So for Deontay, she's done quite a bit in the real estate arena. And so you definitely want to look at that. And then I'm going to just talk about, managing different businesses and just navigating this sphere.
Right.
Especially if you have a science background, because, a lot of the mentors out here tend to be dropouts and moms, teenage moms and stuff like that. And people wonder, oh my God, they have a certain grade, they've gone through so much, that's probably why they're so successful. What about me, who's not been through something like that? I'm educated, I really do straight and narrow. How do I navigate in such an arena that is, undulating?
Right.
And so I'm here for those people to say, okay, you don't have to be stuck in a box of your education or whatever it is that is holding you back and limiting you. You can jump and do whatever it is that your heart is pulling you to do, especially if God puts it on your heart. You don't have to be scared and think, oh my God, I can't do this because this is not what I learned in school.
Right. And I think that's so amazing because there's so many people with degrees and they hate their jobs. And I was one of those people. Like, I hated my career. I felt like, I learned a lot and it helps me where it was a part of my journey, right? But there are some people, they went to school for, 12 years and they just absolutely hate it and they're looking for an escape. And so this is great. So you'll be teaching professionals, highly professionals, educated entrepreneurs, right? How to build their business online.
Yes,
that's
and how
amazing.
to transfer those skills that you have. You might feel as if you don't have skills to transfer, but all your skills that you have in the field and arena that you're in are transferable. And so I'm about all of that transfer.
Awesome. So make sure I have all the details. So I do need to start marketing it as well. And I'll share it with the Academy. And you're in the Academy too, right? So just post it. You can post it in there. You have my permission to do that.
Okay, I'll do that.
So we'll get everyone.
I did drop it in the comments, so maybe you can pin it if you want. I'm gonna just be in the background.
Hold on 1 second.
Scared.
Yep. I don't do it one more time because I don't know how to pin nothing. Let me see. You just hold it down.
Yeah, you hold it down. You just find the comment, hold it down, and it'll give you the option to pin it.
It's not doing that. I gotta learn. I need a whole social media.
We all learning this, girl. We learning it. All right, let me try to jump it again.
That's hilarious.
And then you can try to pick it up and pin it.
Okay. I am so funny.
Yeah, but it's gonna be epic. It's gonna be epic.
Awesome. Well, I'm looking forward to it. Definitely.
We're doing our mock expo. I'm trying to set up so that we can do our mock expo on this weekend, November 15th, so that we can go in on the back end and look at stuff, and then all the exhibitors will get to come and see how everything works.
Awesome.
So it won't be such a drag for him on that.
Right.
On our first day. So there it is. Maybe you could pin it.
Oh, all right. I don't do it now. Girl, I need.
So if you press on it, you should be able to pin it.
It's not doing it.
Not working? Sometimes you do, sometimes
well, everybody, if you want to join the expo, as highly suggested, it's bigvirtualbusinessce.com. Go register. It's free. It's November 19th through the 21st. And it's actually...
And it's after work.
What'd you say?
And it's after work. It's in the afternoon, so you don't have to worry about, taking the day. It's after work, 5 p.m. to 9 p.m.
Oh, so no one has any excuse. So,
yeah.
So that's awesome. All right, so I'll let you go. If you have any questions, just drop it in there so we can answer your questions too. And we'll talk soon. And I'll probably hit you up after this so we can talk further. All right?
Yeah.
Bye. All right, everyone. So again, that was bigvirtualbusinessce.com, November 19th through the 21st. Go register. It's free. Go share it with any other entrepreneurs that would love to take advantage of that opportunity. And I will be on there, of course, talking about generating wealth through real estate. There was a question, and hi to everyone else that joined. Oh, how can you overcome the obstacle of needed experience when borrowing money to purchase investment properties? Okay. So, Sharday, you're a GC. So you actually might be able to leverage your experience as a GC to get a lower down payment on your hard money, or your private lenders. I don't know where you're going for money. But typically these banks and private money lenders, they would like to see that you have experience. So I would leverage whatever these investors that you may be working for, that you might know, leverage their experience or leverage the contracting experience that you do have. I don't know what your experience level is as a contractor, but find a way to leverage it. Okay. And like I've told y'all before, I myself also have leveraged other investors, well, not investors, people that I became partners with, their experience to help me in my real estate career. Okay, I started out as a wholesaler, and as I was wholesaling, I was networking. I was, you know, helping these people make all this money. So I was like, listen, this is what you got to do for me in return. And I was able to build myself up and partner with them on deals. So either you're gonna ask them for help, you're gonna partner with them in a real capacity. Maybe you can start doing the construction projects with them. Like your team handles the construction, and then they bring the money, and you do that about 2 or 3 times until you have enough experience to get lower funding options. In the Real Estate Academy, I think on Monday, we have someone that's going to come in and talk about a program where it's no money down. But what I will say is you have to come prepared. You have to have a 680 plus credit score. You have to have 2 years tax returns. You have to have income for that program. And it's kind of expensive because they charge a lot of points. So your origination fees, your closing costs is going to be kind of higher. So you're going to need money to close. Not so much money for the rehab and for the construction, but you're going to need money to close. So I hope I was able to answer that question. But you just got to get creative. I was thinking, I think so. Yep. So definitely leverage you being a contractor to get deals done. Now, sometime they do, even though you are a contractor and you may not have done any flips yourself, they're definitely going to be looking for you to have the experience on paper. So reach out to whoever's in your Rolodex that you have done a project for. It's simply a piece of paper just showing that, which is called an operating agreement, that's going to show that you and that partner shared a company together, and whatever company was for that actual flip that you actually worked on. Before COVID, they didn't require that the hi Rashana. They didn't require that the partner be a personal guarantor. Now I heard one company mention that, but most of the time it's just an operating agreement. I hope all is well, Rashana. Let's see. So yeah, any other questions? Let's see if we have any questions on Facebook. I don't see any. But yeah, so everyone, make sure you're like when you're out here, I don't know like who's wholesaling, who's a realtor, who's a contractor, but if you don't have any experience in the construction space or as a rehabber and you're looking for hard money or you're looking for that validation, that experience, it's always advised that you partner with someone that has the experience, excuse me. Use that as your leverage, okay? Or find someone that's willing to give you private money and use that as your leverage. Either way, learn how to partner with people, learn how to network with the people that can greatly align you and get you to the next level in your career. That's probably the only reason why I was able to do so much in such little time. Because it definitely wasn't because I had the money, you know? So it was all about leveraging and networking and building relationships. You know, as I started in this business, as an investor or a wholesaler, I had nothing. Like I literally was like, I had almost $60,000 in student loan debt. I had like $20,000 in credit card debt. Had nothing. I didn't even have a car at the time. So You could do it. You just gotta figure out what's your lane, what you're good at, and then bring that as an asset to someone with experience. So, all right. Any other questions, anyone? On Facebook, any questions? Just make sure I didn't miss anything. Let's see. Nigel, what's going on? I see Nigel's in here. Jess, any questions? Even though I just talked to you earlier, Jess. Stevenson, what software do you recommend for wholesaling? So there's quite a few. It depends on what you're looking to do. So I mean, there's so many products and services out there for real estate as a whole, and it can run you a lot of money per month. But for data comps, definitely, excuse me, I just ate before I came on here, so I'm a little gassy. But for data and comps and things of that nature, definitely PropStream. And if you need a trial, free trial, you can go to the link in my bio, and it's a 7-day free trial there. So PropStream is definitely good. And then there's so many, but those are the ones. That's one I would stick by. If you want a free app, also a good one is called HomeSnap. Okay, so they'll tell you like basic information. So HomeSnap, you should be able to find that on Android and Apple or Apple devices. And then there's a few websites out there that I would recommend for free skip tracing. Now, my information on there is accurate. I can't guarantee everybody else's information is accurate, but there's a site called Fast People Search or Free People Search, one of those names. You know, once you go on HomeSnap, HomeSnap tells you the name of the person that owns the house. You can go on to Fast People Search or freepeoplesearch.com, and then you can connect the dots, call the people, see if they're interested in selling their home. So that's just some free advice as far as like how to get started if you didn't really have that much money to get started. Yep. Any other questions? And we're going to go over those more websites in the group, but a lot of them do come with a subscription, definitely. All right, let's see what's going on Facebook. Hi, Facebook. I don't know who's really watching because it doesn't tell me, but if y'all have any questions, definitely ask away. Probably going to be on here for like another 10 minutes or so. How was your cold calling today? It was easy. Like, I didn't have a script. All I had was the man's name and number, and I knew the address, and I just asked him if he was willing to sell that property. No, I introduced myself as a real estate developer in a neighborhood. He was pretty easy. Like, he was really easy, nice, cool, calm, and collective. And the funny thing is, the property that I called him about, he doesn't want to sell, and it's a good property too. It's like a 6 to 8 unit property. But he said, I have 2 other properties that I want to sell. So more than likely, we're going to attempt to get those 2 under contract. So we're waiting for him to email us those details. So it was pretty simple. I can't guarantee that all sellers are going to be that nice. Even as a realtor, when I call people, they like, don't call me, they'll curse you out or whatever. So you just got to have tough skin. And if you don't want to call people, you can always text them, but some people don't want you texting them either. You can also send letters. You can go knock on their door. You know, there's different ways you can go about approaching people. But yeah, the more motivated the seller is, the better. Let's just say that. Like, if they feel like you're taking a burden off of their life, they're gonna be very willing and able to sell you their property right away. And I'm gathering with this man, he was so eager to give me his email address and to send me information that he's probably a motivated seller. And that's what you want. Do you look at the property before you call or just call from a list? In this case, I got this one as a lead with my friend, Jessica. I'm not sure why she wanted to call him, but Jessica, do you want to hop on here and tell him why you decided to call this man? Or you could type it in the chat. But typically, I personally do look at properties before I get vested on even sending out, well, I'll try to. Even before sending out like any form of contact or a letter, I would do my research on the property. There's also websites such as RealtyTrack where you can like find out if they owe property taxes and or they have a mortgage on the property. So depending on how I pull my list, I'll go see, all right, what type of mortgage they have. Do they owe taxes? Are they in pre-foreclosure? I like to find out those things. So Jessica, how did you, why did you contact that man? Do you know? And it's so funny. I don't know if she realized it or I realized it. It was another property that she contacted him about. And she told me about the deal. And it wasn't appealing to me. But when I was searching information, we wound up seeing that he owned like 6 other properties through PropStream. So PropStream is good because it'll tell you all of the other properties that the seller may own. And I was like, okay, so this one is an apartment building or like a 6 to 8 unit. And this is something I would be interested in. And I called him. When I called him, it wasn't about the original property. It was about the 6 to 8 unit. And he's like, well, I got a single family and a 2 family. The single family, I don't really care for, but that 2 family, I'm going to find out what's happening with it. So we can either help Jessica wholesale it, or in this case, I would buy it and she'll wholesale it to me. You got the property from a list. What kind of list? Now I want to know. I'm curious to know what kind of list she got this property from. But good lists, good leads that you should be looking for when trying to wholesale or buy properties cash are vacant, and oftentimes, well, what you call is absentee and or vacant, right? Landlords that are older, that may just be tired of being a landlord, are good. So on PropStream, I don't know if you can actually search by the age. Yeah, you know what? You can search by the amount of years a person owned the house. So this is why PropStream is vital. So I think we were able to put in like people that own their homes over 10 years. And they had like a whole list of properties that you could choose from in that area or state or zip code. In this case, the guy owned the property, I think, over 30 years or so. So he's just tired and he's old. So and we're ready to see how we can work with him. Yep. So on Monday in the academy, we talked a lot. Okay, so she got it from a vacant property list. Awesome. On Monday, we talked a lot about wholesaling. We talked a lot about the BRRRR investing strategy. Or is there anything from Monday's session that anybody had questions about? Because this Monday, we're not talking about wholesaling. We're not even going back to the prior week. It's going to be like a jam-packed session. So again, on this Monday coming, we'll be talking about creative financing for real estate. We'll talk about credit and business credit. And we might have a mortgage lender that's going to come on there to talk about how to buy a house from a bank or whatever, FHA or whatever the case may be. So it's going to be very interesting and insightful and educational. Let me see. Yeah. So it looks like nobody has any more questions. I'm about to log off because y'all just be looking at me. I really didn't have much to talk about. I was just like, let me do a Q&A. And that's why I'm on here, just to answer your questions. I didn't have a topic for tonight. I'm saving all that energy, all that good stuff for the Academy. So if there's no more questions, I'm going to hang up and I'm going to get ready for all of the other things I have to get ready for in the Academy. All right, so good night, Facebook.